Son, son, motivation. Open shop, young nigga, flat screen in the kitchen. $20 table in the den, bag in the midget. Got my work from Acres Home, bass from Dollar General. Stay down, young nigga, stay down, young nigga. Open shop, young nigga, flat screen in the kitchen. $20 table in the den, bag in the midget. Got my work from Acres Home, bass from Dollar General. Stay down, young nigga, stay down, young nigga. I remember like yesterday. I was down on my ass. 1960 time to run back. It was easy go re-up or go put on the mask. Caught up my connect and got hooked on this cash. Always tension on the block when they know you got dropped. Always bitches on your cock when they know you got knives. Fiends running in at night. You can never run out. The way 12 did Kobe, I ain't never look out. Leave walking with a check. You can see on my belt. Never did it. What your girl wanna tell? Sending me videos of her twerking herself. Mr. Mike said, wave you overworking yourself. Open shot, young nigga, flat screen in the kitchen. $20 table in the den, bag in the midget. Got my work from Acres Home, bags from Dollar General. Stay down, young nigga, stay down, young nigga. Open shot, young nigga, flat screen in the kitchen. $20 table in the den, bag in the midget. Got my work from Acres Home, bags from Dollar General. Stay down, young nigga, stay down, young nigga. I get the heaven. This the clutch for a G. Hope I see DJ Screw, Big Mo, and Pimp C. Yo, wave on the man this year. High as hell like a sprint field. Pull a swinging, banging on for a nigga. Hot truck and lay down the fifth wheel. Open shop, young nigga, flat screen in the kitchen. $20 table in the den, bag in the bitch. Got my work from Acres Home, bags from Dollar General. Stay down, young nigga, stay down, young nigga. Open shop, young nigga, flat screen in the kitchen. $20 table in the den, bag in the bitch. Got my work from Acres Home, bags from Dollar General. Stay down, young nigga, stay down, young nigga. Got my work from Acres Home, bags from you bought your chain back, they don't delete what you popped in the living room cause my room dirty. Bitch, I go off like LeBron in a maroon jersey. Ain't found no solutions, just trade-offs. Right in, right tackle, right guard. Cadillacs and diamonds, thugging on the PlayStation. Got new titties, know I got a titty fuck. Dice game jump, double or nothing. Cutting up on buttons, that suit shun. Roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster. Roller, heard you got your chain snatched and don't delete what you did. Roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster. Pretty bought his chain back, they don't delete what you did. Drop all my shit all at once, I'm debating. Lost all my shit, I'm a stunt Calvin Cambridge. That one your back, you fucking thought you was gonna take it. Draw down in traffic, walking all Valentino safety. Got pre-roll blunts from California that I'm facing. Got like 4 or 5 plugs by the pay for them. From me a little something, it won't ass, get nose, burn face, I'm gonna hit, he can't be no on. But also nigga said, I'm fucking here. You got a fan, you run a but it's a business. You see my jeans, denim with them knots in them. I got it up. And I ain't paying for no verse, fool. I'll lay that The curfew, handguns and works, boy, what you finna turn to? Call center the SIM card, that's what I convert to. Roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster.
Gotta run that back. Gotta run that back.
Roller coaster, roller coaster.
Gotta run that back.
Roller coaster.
Facts. That shit back. So,
Watch your chain back, they don't believe what you. Popped in the living room because my room dirty. Bitch, I go off like LeBron in a maroon jersey. Ain't found no solutions, just trade-offs. Right in, right tackle, right guard. Cadillacs and diamonds, thugging on the police station. Got new titties, know I got a titty fuck. Dice game jump, double or nothing. Cutting up on buttons, that's solution. Roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster. Roller, heard you got your chain snatched and don't delete what you did. Roller coaster, yeah. Roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster. He bought his chain back, they don't delete what he did. Drop all my shit all at once, I'm debating. Lost all my shit, I'm a stunt Calvin Cambridge. That way your back, you fucking thought you was gonna take it. Throw down in traffic, warming Arlington, no safety. Got pre-roll blunts from California that I'm facing. I like 4 or 5 plugs by the payphone. From me a little something, it won't take long. Gas make your nose burning, face burning, heat can't be no women. US for the boss, when young nigga they send me. You got a fiend rental, but it's a business. You see my jeans, denim with them knots in them. Yeah. And I ain't paying for no verse, boo. I laid after curfew, handguns and work boots. Samsung or flip phone, wait, what you finna turn to? Call center the SIM card, that's what I convert to. Roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster. Waiting for roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster. Son. I think of you and I. Nah, for real. Nah, for They like, yeah, what's the smell? Where you go? I got a shipment. I got bodies in the system. They had my ass on the street screaming free money ton, cornbread and a pool. We gon' hold it down with pictures. I need rollers for my niggas. Yeah, you give me down bad. No, you still put in this full up in that brown jag. Pseudo woo, you be shitting. Put a half on the scale. Homie said he want a bitch. How you doing? Nigga, can I take your order? Pulling like candy. I got apes, baby, sort of more like ape, but drink is water. I'm not who you baby. I get it, even when it's in my time. Let it die. How the hell I can't water? I ain't really in the arguing. I'm not who you baby boy. Put a play in rotation. I was reaping benefits. Urban Dale, gentleman, come to teach all your kids. We don't finish sentences. Infatuated ignorance, knowing snakes. But slime, that's my body. I speak for the middleman. Girls gone wild, sacred Genesis. Took me out my innocence. Way guard the infamous red cup of Hennessy. She be saying I'm fucking with you vividly. Yeah. I was coolin', but the kid had to lane switch. Still with it. It get hard. But you just gotta keep going. Stop. Ain't the same picture that them niggas painted. What's the can of the band down penny? I'ma swipe it if the streets demand it, smoking like you.
What's good with you? Can you hear me?
Got a pole, don't need no dancer. Slide your nose and see the answer.
Huh?
Yes, sir. How you doing, boss?
I'm good, man. How you been, man?
Oh man, I've been good, man. Good to see you. Everything
Yes,
good on
sir.
your end?
Oh, yes, sir. I ain't seen you in a minute, man.
Yeah, man. It's been too long. I got an event in what's today, the 13th. I got an event in days, man. I need you to pop out. You know what I'm saying? Come chop it up with me.
Okay. You still doing your rap thing?
I think it's on Friday from 7 to 11.
Okay. Okay. You still rapping?
Yeah, it's gonna be a music event. I'm gonna be songs and
Okay.
selling merch. Gonna be, you know what I'm saying, big gas. It's gonna be like, I want to say like over 6 artists performing, just a bunch of people. But yeah, it's
Okay.
gonna be from 7 to 11, Marcus,
Okay.
next
Kind of
Friday.
breaking up a little bit, but I think I understand what you're saying. Talk to me, brother. I know you've been trying to
Oh,
get me on
my
the
bad, my
live.
bad. 7 to 11.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Man, it sound, yeah, I can hear you now. It sound like you was breaking up. Can you hear me? Am I coming through clear or am I breaking up?
Yeah, you coming through clear now. It might be me. I don't know. I just know it's breaking up a little bit. Well, it's clear now though.
All right. Yeah, man, I wanna, you know what I'm saying, ask you some questions about your holy book. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you let don't you don't abide, or you don't go by the hadiths. Is that today?
You said I don't go by the hadith?
I remember you saying that.
No,
That was
man.
my question. You
No, no, no,
still
no.
don't you still don't go by 'em?
No, it's not that I don't go by the hadith. I'm sorry, I'm sitting outside, so you probably hear a bunch of noise. But yeah, I go by the hadiths. But if there's a hadith that contradicts the Quran, I reject it completely.
Say that last part one more time, boss.
I said if there's a hadith that contradicts the Quran, I completely reject it.
I got you. Okay, so is it true did did a earth then heaven or did then
I'm sorry, brother. Look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add you on my other
to
I'm gonna add you on my other Facebook page on my other phone, and I'm gonna see if we can get a better connection. Cause right now it's breaking up real bad on this phone, brother.
okay, boss.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna
That'll
add you.
work.
Yeah, I'm gonna add you on my other phone. I'm doing it. Matter of fact, before you get off, I'm gonna do it. Hold on.
Uh,
Give me a second. Uh, okay. What's your Facebook name again?
Sean Humphrey, SHAWN.
Uh, okay. I just added you. Let me know when you get it. You got me?
Or you just clicking the link again? Not yet. You just clicking the link again? Or you
What link? You sending it to me on
the
Messenger?
okay. Or what's your other Facebook?
I just I just sent you a friend request. They both got the same name, so but I just sent you a friend request. On this one, I got on a black hoodie.
All right. 826. I send you a link on that one.
Okay. It's saying we're now connected on. Okay, wait. I think it just came through. Hold on. Boom. He accepted your friend request.
I'm sending it right
Okay, I
now.
see you.
I just sent the link.
Okay. I'm gonna hang up on this phone.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, we good now.
All right, let me
All right, we good now.
all right, we good.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
uh,
Yes, sir.
all right, so let me see. Let me try to add. All right, Marcus, you're going against two of me.
Say it again. My bad. I'm sitting outside, man. I got dogs barking. What you say?
Oh no.
You're on mute, brother. There you go. Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
You hear me, Marcus?
Yeah,
You
I
hear
hear
me,
you.
Marcus?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Quick question. All right. Quick question. Quick question. Hold up.
Getting a lot of feedback.
All right. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. The is younger.
You say Islam is younger.
You hear me?
It sound like you said Islam is younger. That's all I heard.
Right.
Younger than what?
What you say?
Younger than what?
Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad. You hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Marcus.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Me good?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Internet kind of jacked up, man.
What'd you say?
You said Islam is younger than what? Hmm.
You
I think
think
it's
my
something going. I think it's something going on with the connection, brother.
hold up real quick. Let me
Hold up real quick. Let me
alright, you hear me?
Alright, you hear
I
me?
can hear you.
Alright, I said
I can hear you.
I said, is it true that Islam is younger than
I said,
Christianity?
I said, is it true that is it
Um, Not really. The term
true that is it
Islam
not really
means
the term is
submission to
Islam?
the will of God. Um,
Not really.
as a
I mean,
Muslim,
the
I
term
believe that
not really.
all of
As
the
a Muslim,
prophets
I believe that
submitted
all
themselves
of
to
the
the will of
prophets
Almighty God.
submitted
Um,
themselves to the will of
the
Almighty
first
God.
Muslim was Adam.
The first Muslim was Adam. First
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Say it
So,
again.
no, I said the term Muslim means one who submits himself to the will of Almighty God. And I believe that the first Muslim was Adam, the first man that God created. Um, so not really. Islam doesn't really come after Christianity. It was the original religion that was taught by Almighty God and the prophets of God.
So so you saying that Islam comes before Christianity?
I believe so. Yes.
Can you give me a date on that?
Yeah. Day one.
Ah, my boy, fool.
Day one.
Day
But
one, huh?
like I said, Islam is just an Arabic word that means submission to the will of God, and a Muslim is one who submits to the will of God. And all I believe that all of the prophets, Moses, Jesus, David, Solomon, all of the prophets submitted themselves to the will of God. Um, the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salam, may peace be upon him, was just the last and final prophet of Islam. That's what I believe.
Okay, let me I'm sending this email real quick. All right, so is it possible that Christianity came before Islam and Islam got the dates wrong?
What dates?
Well, I see for Islam it says that it started in 622.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, most people would like to say that it started with the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salam. And if you want to use that, then yeah, but not really, because all of the prophets taught Islam, submission to God, obedience to God. That includes Jesus, that includes Moses, that includes Noah, that includes Abraham, that includes Adam, that includes all of the prophets. So Islam didn't start with the Prophet Muhammad. He was just the last and final messenger of Islam.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I got two questions.
Mhm.
So why does the same names that you mentioned are mentioned in the Bible also?
Because these are truly the messengers of God. No matter what. Well, see, the Bible is a collection of books, right? It's you have the Torah, which is the book that was revealed by Moses, alayhi salam. You have Ezekiel, Isaiah. All of these men are messengers of God. And then you have Muhammad, which is the last and final messenger. And Muhammad worshiped the same God that Jesus worshiped. He worshiped the same God that Moses worshiped, which was the creator of heaven and earth. So, I mean, these same prophets are mentioned in the Holy Quran as well as in the Bible.
So you know how you know how you got you know how you will have like a rap group
Hmm.
or you will have an R&B group and they'll fall out. Mostly 9 times out of 10 is because of money, right?
Uh-huh.
So you'll have these rap groups and these R&B groups that'll fall out because of money, or these pop groups. They fall out
Uh-huh.
because of money, they end up doing their own thing. What I'm
Right.
trying to understand is if both of these books got the same characters, if they got the same characters in this book, you feel me? But they got different names for the Almighty God, and the stories, they got different main characters. Like your book
Hmm.
has Muhammad or Allah, and the Bible has Jesus and God. So the same way we look at the real world and we see that rap groups and R&B groups break up, you feel me? Can we look at religion the same way? You feel me? Because nobody could honestly say that Islam and Christianity is this.
Well, um, to answer the first question about the name, the word Allah, you can also find Allah in the Bible as well. In the book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 17. If you look in the Hebrew translation, that word God there in the Hebrew, well, the book of Daniel was written in Aramaic. And the word there for God is Allah. In the Hebrew, it's Allah. And in Arabic, it's Allah, which is the same word. It's just pronounced different because the root word for God in Hebrew is El, and the root word for God in Arabic is Il. So they have two different translations, but the word is the same. If you go and ask any Jewish rabbi, is Allah the God of the Jews? They will tell you yes. Any Jewish person, any Jewish rabbi would tell you that it is perfectly legal for a Jew to go to a Muslim mosque and pray in the Muslim mosque. If they go into a city, state, or a town where there's no synagogue, they will go into the mosque and they will pray with the Muslims.
Hold
But
on,
they
hold
are,
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. But that you just gave us a roller coaster. You said if there's no synagogues,
mhm,
there gonna be a goddamn synagogue.
not everywhere.
Come on, boss.
No, I mean, if you go to a small city and there's no synagogue there,
They
the
gonna drive
Jews
to the next city over and find a goddamn. They gonna Google one.
probably so, but most of the time, if they don't have the means, they will go into a Muslim mosque and they will pray in the Muslim mosque to Allah because Jews pray to Allah just like Muslims pray to Allah. It's the Christians who pray to Jesus. That's the only Abrahamic faith that prays to Jesus. Jews and Muslims do not. So that's that. And then you asked another question. What was the other question you asked?
about the group splitting up because of money. It seemed like that's what's kind of going on with religion. They just split up and did they everybody split up and did their own thing, considering that you mentioning the same characters from the Bible.
Well, I don't know about the money thing in Islam or in Judaism, but in Christianity, well, I don't even know. I don't know what you mean. Like, I don't even know about that in Christianity. I know a lot of pastors.
Not so much about the money, but the splitting up with the same message. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, um, in Christianity, you know, you got different types of Christians. You got the Baptist, you got the Catholic, you got the Catholic, you got the uh, uh, Church of God in Christ, you got the Mormons, you got all types of deals, and I can't speak up on that. I'm not a Christian. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, but in
Hey,
Islam,
Marcus. I was speaking on the Bible having the same characters as the Quran. Like
okay.
from the outside looking in, being a non-believer, it looks like a split came. You get what I'm saying?
Well, okay, from an Islamic perspective, we believe that the torch of prophethood was passed from the Israelites to the Ishmaelites. And yes, the Bible speaks of these prophets, but then we also believe that the same God who sent these prophets that are mentioned in the Bible also sent this prophet Muhammad alayhi salam, which is you know which is a descendant of Ishmael. So he's not teaching a different message. The message is the same: peace between man and God, and peace between man and his fellow man. This is the same message. And only difference is this particular prophet came from a different people. He came from the Ishmaelites, which are the descendants of Abraham, alayhi salam.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You said that the Bible and the Quran are the same books.
No, they're two different
Oh, you
books
said they got the same message.
for the most part. For the most part, I believe that the Bible has been altered, it's been changed, things have been put into it, things have been taken out of it. There's contradictions. So I don't believe that the Bible is 100% verbatim. I'm not trying to Bible bash. I'm not
Right.
trying to disrespect the Bible, but I'm just saying, it's been altered, it's been changed, and I don't believe that it's 100% the word of Almighty God Allah, and that's that.
Okay, so correct me if I'm mistaken. It sounded like you said that the Bible have their own the Bible have their own messenger, and then it sounded like correct me if I'm mistaken, but it sounded like you said that the Bible have their own messenger, then the Quran have their own messenger that came from a lineage of who the Bible is talking about. Is that what you just said?
No, what I'm saying is, as a Muslim, I believe in all of the prophets of God. And I believe that God favored the children of Israel, and God sent many prophets to the children of Israel. And as a Muslim, I believe also in those prophets. I believe that the message that those prophets brought is the word of God. And I just
Hold on real
believe
quick.
that
Hold on real quick. So layman terms, you saying that you believe in Jesus, right?
Jesus is the last and final prophet that was sent to the house of Israel. Yes, sir.
Okay. You can keep going, my brother. I'm just making sure that people understand when you said that God favored Israel. I want them to know that you're talking about basically Christians, right?
No, talk about Israel.
Like Hebrews.
Huh?
You talking about when you saying Israel, put a more of a name on, like when you say God favored the children of Israel, they got stories. They got stories in the Bible God going to war with Africa, God hating Africa. So when you said God favored the children of Israel, who are we speaking specifically about? The Sumerians? Who are we speaking about?
Well, as far as God going to war with the Africans and all of that stuff in the Bible, I can't speak up on that. I don't really believe that the Bible is 100% divinely inspired by God. I believe it's partially inspired by man. So I can't really speak up on that. But when I say God favored the Israelites, I'm talking about the descendants of Jacob, the
Okay,
Israelites, and He sent
okay.
prophets to the Israelites. But I'm not saying that their book is 100% the word of God. That's not what I'm saying.
I got you, I got you. So when you say the sons of Jacob, um Jacob, how was Jacob kin to Ishmael?
Well, uh, Abraham had two sons. He had his firstborn son was Ishmael, and his second son was Isaac. And Isaac was the father of um, Jacob. So they're all kin to
Oh,
Abraham.
okay, so we're using that logic. You saying that Islam came before. There's no way that Islam could be younger than um, Christianity based on the genealogy.
No, I'm saying Islam is an Arabic word that means submission to the will of God. And I believe that all of the prophets, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, David, Jesus, all the way back to Adam, all of the prophets submitted themselves to the will of God. And that's what Islam is. That's what Islam is, submission to God.
Right, but okay, so Islam is the submission to the will of God.
Hmm.
So the Africans in the Bible didn't want to submit to the will of God. Pharaohs, the damn God, when God talking about smiting them, and your Quran speaks of smiting and killing the other kind. Who
Where
are
does
those?
it say that at?
Huh?
Where does it say that at?
I
Smiting
Marcus.
and killing the other
I
kind.
Marcus. I don't want to see. Look. I got on my laptop, but I don't want to have to get specific because the Quran ain't got no fucking chapter names. The Quran
Yes, it
got
do.
155:71,
You
chapter
got Al
1
Fatiha,
17.
Al
They don't have
Baqarah.
names to go specifically to. So I'm gonna warn you, Marcus. C100. Allah said kill some because we got to be all the way 1,000. You look at 9/11, you look at terrorist groups, you look at
Right.
QAnon, all these weird groups that come on. They're doing this in the name of Allah. So when I say that the Quran speaks of smiting your enemy and killing these specific people, you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? You could say that I never heard that before. You could say that, well, that was just in that time. You could say that was just a historic battle, but don't tell me where they say that at. Don't ask me for no goddamn
No, no,
source.
no, no, no. I know that in the Quran it speaks of killing, but it's not speaking of killing for an unjust cause. As a
Okay,
matter of fact, killing for an unjust cause, according to Islamic law, is haram. It's forbidden. It's a sin. But in times of war, it's that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? In the Quran, as a matter of fact, off top of the head, there's a verse that says, "Fight in the name of Allah against those who fight against you, but be not aggressive, for surely Allah loves not the aggressor." So the Muslim, according to the Quran, is allowed to fight, but he's only allowed to fight in self-defense. So you have verses in the Quran that speaks of killing, but that was only during times of war, not for any reason. It wasn't even for a religious cause. As a matter of fact, Allah says in the Quran, um, there is no compulsion in religion. The right way is clearly distinct from error. So killing in the name of religion is forbidden in Islam. There's not a Muslim in the world that I know of who would kill somebody because they disbelieve in Allah or the Quran or the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. That's not the way we roll. Now that stuff you see on TV, that's TV. That's YouTube, that's Google, that's Wikipedia. You know what I'm saying? You can't
Right.
that's not Islam.
Okay, brother. So let's get into Elijah Muhammad. Are you a follower of Elijah Muhammad? Is Elijah Muhammad a prophet?
No.
So he a scam artist?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. The Nation of Islam, and I'm being honest, uh, they teach things that goes against the Quran. For example, I read the book by Elijah Muhammad, Message to the Black Man, and in the Message to the Black Man, Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that Allah created Himself from triple darkness. Well, if Allah created Himself from triple darkness, that would imply that darkness was here before Allah. But in the Holy Quran, it says that Allah created light and He created darkness. So that's a complete contradiction. So I respect the Nation of Islam. I respect the movement as far as how they try to uplift black people. But as far as Islam goes, no, I don't follow the Nation of Islam. I don't agree with everything they teach.
All right. Let's say fuck the Nation of Islam. Fuck the Quran. Fuck religion. Fuck Farrakhan. Fuck Elijah Muhammad. Fuck NOI. Fuck HOI, IOI, LOI, UOI. This is why I'm gonna say that, brother. They killed Malcolm X. They killed Noble Jew Ali. And they work and they getting on their knees and putting their head in the ground, praising the same damn Allah. So
Okay.
if we had a Christian organization going around killing black men, killing our black powerful leaders and speakers, we would be against Christianity. So it's only right that we say fuck the NOI, fuck the Nation of Islam for what they did to Martin Luther King. Now we know the FBI killed Martin Luther King, but they was with him. They had their hand. Fuck Louis Farrakhan. Fuck Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan. Now let me know if I'm wrong on this, Marcus. Is it true that in the Quran they talk about having straight hair?
Mm-mm.
So did you ever get a chance to see that? Is it true in the Quran they talk about curses of black people? Curse of Ham?
The curses of who?
Ham?
That's the Bible.
Okay, so the Quran don't talk nothing about cursing nobody.
It curses the disbeliever, but not the.
Did it ever curse somebody and give them nappy hair or elongated penises?
No.
Come on, Mark.
No, brother.
All right, so check me out. Did you ever see that video with Louis Farrakhan saying when you came out, your hair was straight? The only thing on your face, the only hair you got that straight is your eyebrows. Saying
No,
that you ain't never
I never saw that one.
Bro, it's a video of Louis Farrakhan saying we are cursed as black people. You got nappy hair, you ugly, you got big noses. The only thing on your face, the only hair you got that straight is your eyebrows. And he said something like, "Man, bro, you gotta check it out. You gotta check it out."
Well, like I say, I don't agree with everything the Nation of Islam says. Um, I just respect one thing I respect about the Nation of Islam is their dedication to black improvement. Um, but as far as theology goes, nah, I, I'm 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 not with it.
Do you respect Elijah Muhammad?
Uh, yeah, because he started the Nation of Islam, and I think the Nation of Islam they did a lot for the black community, man. As far as you know, raising a lot of black people from immorality to morality. You know what I'm saying? But it's just theologically, I disagree with some things.
You know what did a lot for a black community?
What's that?
The city bus. We got to get from point to A to B without worrying about no gas. We ain't got to pay no car note. Just get on
Right.
that bus for $1.
$1.25.
Get across Houston.
Yeah.
So who you think did more for black people? That mother that got to get the dialysis, that mother that got to get to work, that mother that got to take her kids to school and get groceries, that father that got to get to work, that father that got to put food on the table, and he ain't trying to
Mhm.
take no more chances to go back to the penitentiary. Who you think more did more for black people, the city bus or the Nation of Islam?
Um, I would say the Nation of Islam
Are you fucking
because
serious, Marcus? I'm on your ass.
no,
What
I'm
the
gonna tell you
fuck?
why I say that. Because if it wasn't for Elijah Muhammad, we would have never had a Malcolm X, man. Malcolm X used to speak the truth. I've listened to a few Malcolm X speeches, man, and Malcolm X. I've looked at some interviews with Malcolm X on different news
If it
channels, and
wasn't for a city bus, Marcus, we wouldn't have Rosa Parks. What the hell
no,
is
if it
you talking
wasn't
about
it,
Malcolm X? Fuck Malcolm
it
X.
wasn't the
He
city
was a
bus.
damn revolutionary fighter. We talking
It
about
was
black people.
it was Rosa Parks, man, who um, I'm sorry, excuse me. It was Rosa Parks. It wasn't the city bus. At that time, black folks couldn't sit at the back of the bus. It was Rosa Parks who was strong enough to say, "Nah, I ain't moving." You know what I'm saying? So it was a black woman.
No disrespect to Malcolm X, know what I'm saying? I love you. But we talking about the big picture. We talking about a full course meal compared to McDonald's. We talking about we talking about Rosa Parks compared to Malcolm X. That nigga don't compare
Malcolm X.
compared to Rosa Parks. So when I say what was more powerful for the black people, what was more uplifting for the black people, the city bus, whether it's the bus back in the 40s or the 30s, or is the Nation of Islam. And you say the Nation of Islam, brother. I'm confused, Marcus.
I'm confused because you talking about the city bus was more, more of
How
a
the hell we
blessing
gonna get to work, Marcus? How
than
the hell we gonna get some food, Marcus?
man. Look, Martin Luther King, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. That brother boycotted the whole bus movement. I mean, the whole bus organization, bro. After that whole Rosa Parks thing, they boycotted the buses. And guess what? He hit the white folks right where it hurt, in their pockets. You know what I'm saying? And that changed the whole game, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Martin Luther King, he listened to the brother Elijah Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? That's when he started preaching about him fearing that he integrated his people into a burning building and all that.
Like led his people into a burning building.
Yeah, and they got pictures of him on the internet sitting down with Elijah Muhammad. Those brothers, even though they had different religious beliefs, one thing those brothers did agree on was justice, man. The Bible teaches justice. The
All right.
Quran
I ain't
teaches
trying
justice.
I ain't trying to get off topic. We definitely gonna stay on. We definitely gonna get back on that real fast after I ask you this question. How do you respect Elijah Muhammad? That's like let's see who is that? Okay, let me ask you this. How do you respect Elijah Muhammad? Didn't he have a wife that was like 6 years old, 7 years old?
Elijah Muhammad.
Right.
I don't know about his wives. I
Man,
don't know
come
nothing about
on,
that.
bruh. Don't do that,
I'm not
Marcus.
a member of the Nation of Islam.
Marcus, you
I
said
look
that you respect. Do you respect Bill Cosby?
as a man. I respect all men. I
Oh, so
mean,
you
why wouldn't I
oh, yeah.
respect Bill Cosby?
You respect Michael Jackson? Come on,
why,
Marcus.
why wouldn't I respect Michael Jackson, bro? What-
All right, so this is what I'm saying, Marcus. Elijah Muhammad's, and this her name was Aisha.
oh, you talking
Everybody
about the
know Elijah
Prophet Muhammad? I
child,
thought you were talking about Elijah Muhammad.
huh?
You talking about the Prophet Muhammad or Elijah Muhammad? These two different Muhammads, bro.
I'm talking about goddamn. They all named Muhammad now. You got Farrakhan Muhammad, Khalil
Yeah, but you
Muhammad,
gotta
Abdul Muhammad, Raul
right.
Muhammad,
Yeah,
John
you gotta know who you
Muhammad,
talking about.
huh?
You talking about the Prophet Muhammad,
The Prophet
and you
Muhammad.
saying that he had a wife that was 9 years old, right?
So that wasn't a. No, I think that was Elijah Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad was
No, that
before.
was it was the Prophet Muhammad. He married a 9 year old named Aisha. Now, 1400 years ago, bro, in Saudi Arabia, once a young lady reached the age of puberty and she was mentally and physically ready for marriage, she got married, bro. And a lot of Christian apologists and a lot of people who hate
What
Islam
the
try to
fuck?
paint.
An apologist? No, people of morals, people of honor.
Well,
What the hell
well,
is you talking
yeah, well,
about?
well, you're using today's morals to judge people 1400 years ago. The Prophet Muhammad's daughter, Fatima, when she got married, she was 9 years old. Like literally, these people 1400 years ago, this was the norm. Like once a young lady reached the age of puberty, and they deemed this young lady or young man physically or mentally ready for marriage, they got married. They were like considered adults. They had houses, they had horses, camels, they owned this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it was the norm, bro. So like a lot of people who hate Islam, they try to say, well, the prophet was a pedophile. First of all, a pedophile is a person who likes to have sex with children before they reach the age of puberty. That wasn't that was unjust in even 1400 years ago. Like they had to be pubescent, number one, and then they had to be uh physically and mentally ready for marriage.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So Prophet Muhammad was before Elijah Muhammad.
Elijah Muhammad was born back in the 60s, I think. The Prophet Muhammad was born back around like 600 something AD after Christ.
Okay, so Prophet Muhammad had a wife that was under 10 years old, right?
He had 12 wives. One of them was Aisha. She was the youngest, and yes, she was around 9.
Okay, So, and you said when girls get their first menstrual cycle, well, when girls get their first menstrual cycle, that's when they become of age to get married. Okay.
Not today.
No.
Today we have
Back then, I got you.
no.
I got
Hold on, let me clarify. Let me clarify. In today's world, no, that's not what's up. We don't do that today. I'm saying 1400 years ago, it was perfectly normal. That's the way they operated in the Arabic world and in the Israelite world. Young women got married at 12, 13, 14, 9 years old. As a matter of fact, I used to work with a Hispanic dude. And this dude, he was a plumber, a Mexican dude. And he was telling me about his wife and his kids. And he was telling me about when him and his wife got married and his wife was 14. He was like 20 something. And his wife was 14. And he said it like it was perfectly normal. But that's not normal to us being from the United States and the millennium and living in this day and age. That's not normal to us. But even if you go and you look at Texas law, a young lady, if she gets consent from her parents, can get married at 14, 15 years old. That's just different states, different societies, different places, and different points of time has had different uh, laws, different ways of dealing with marriage or
I
what
agree.
age
I agree with you,
a
brother.
young person can get married.
I agree with you, brother. But no. Now let me say this. It would be different. Now I agree in Mexico they probably still doing that. But it would be different, brother. It would be different if that 9-year-old Aisha was getting with a 14-year-old, or that 9-year-old was getting with a 15-year-old, or that 9-year-old was getting with, know what I'm saying, in her age range, maybe 10 up or down, 10 years up or down. But we have to understand that the goddamn prophet was what 40, 50 something when he got this 9-year-old. So we gotta be realistic, Marcus. That nigga
Yeah,
was
but
out
we talk.
there.
No, we're talking about Arabs 1400 years ago, brother. It was perfectly normal for them. That was normal for them. Even the worst enemies of the Prophet Muhammad never considered him to be a pedophile. And he wasn't a pedophile. That's the way they operated, bro.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Don't. I'm not asking about his contemporaries. I'm not asking about his associates. I'm asking you, Marcus. Was that was that fucked up activity, or would you get, or do you, well, you say you respect him, so you give him a pass?
No, no, no. What I'm saying is, according to today's standards, no, bro. I have a 11-year-old. She's no. I will never marry off my child. I will never marry a child. But that's today's standards. In Saudi Arabia, 1400 years ago, when young women reached the age of puberty and they were physically and mentally ready for marriage, they got married. There was no age limit. Like who set the limit for age? Who says marrying a young lady under the age of 18 is wrong? The state of Texas today, but whose standards are we living under 1400 years ago?
All right, so do you do, so I'm gonna ask you again, is that do he get a brownie, do he get a slash of the whip, or is that like, no, fuck that shit, that's normal?
For them, it was normal. And then think
For
about it.
you,
Think
Marcus,
about
I'm
it.
talking about you.
Think, yeah, I'm talking about me too. Like for them, it was normal. As a matter of fact, Aisha was the daughter of the closest companion of the Prophet Muhammad, Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr married his daughter off to the Prophet Muhammad. This was This was normal back then. Today it's not normal.
Why,
If you
Marcus? Why you
speaking
keep
from
telling me it's normal back then? I'm asking you. You don't
today,
feel
no,
up,
no, we don't do that today.
so you don't feel fucked up about that,
No,
about his wife choice.
he had 12. That was the youngest one. His first wife was like 10 years his senior.
Marcus, this nigga was like 50 years old when he married her.
Right. That's weird to us. That's what I'm saying. That's weird to
Oh,
us.
so yeah, that's fucked up to you.
Today, in today's world, yes. But in but we can't judge the past people by today's standards, bro. That's what I'm
Marcus,
saying.
I watched the. Let me check me out. I watched the animal. I watched animal fucking videos, and I got my TV set on the animal channel. I watch this shit every day, right?
Yeah.
I never seen a grown, fully developed lion go after a baby underdeveloped woman. I never seen a grown, fully developed tiger or cheetah go after a goddamn baby cub.
How do you know Aisha was underdeveloped?
Brother, if she was under 10 years old, Marcus, I understand she had her first period at under 10, but if she was under 10 years old, brother, we got to be realistic. You're not about to tell me that DNA or puberty slowed down over these thousands of years. Come on,
I'm
Marcus.
not telling you that. I'm not telling you that. What I'm saying is times have changed, bro. In those days, and I've heard this argument 1,000 times, bro. And
Right.
I've done my research. I've done my research. In those days, young women at 10, 11, 12, 13 years old were considered adults, not even just amongst the Muslims, but amongst the Jews too. Bible scholars say Mary was 12 and Joseph was 80 when they got married. That's the way it goes in different societies, bro.
Hold up. You see this is what I don't like about this shit, Marcus. You sweep it under the rug. You sweep it
No, I'm
under
not sweeping
this
nothing.
pro-choice. This shit. You when you say
It
that's
is
how,
pro-choice.
and that this in those European, I mean in those Eastern, Asian, and Middle Eastern countries, that shit's still going on to this day. You feel me? In certain Latino countries, that shit's still going on to this day. But Marcus, you totally like not even trying to understand it from a female perspective, not trying to understand it from a moral perspective. Do you understand that when these weddings go on, or when a father marries his daughter to his best friend, that the daughters have no choice in that? You understand that, right?
That's not the same in the Islamic perspective. In Islamic perspective, it was the women who chose their husbands,
Brother, that's
not the
not true.
men.
That's
The
brother, that's not.
men, yeah,
I
that's
can
absolutely
I
true.
can call up my partner. I can call up my partner right now, and he's Islamic also, and he would tell you the parents make you get married. He would tell you this.
No, 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 no. Not according to Islamic law. According to Islamic law, it's the woman who chooses her husband every time, all the time. It is the
Man,
woman.
Marcus, all I'm gonna say is, brother, do your research. If you feel like Aisha chose up on Prophet Muhammad, you is drunk, Marcus. What the fuck?
How
You
can you,
think a
okay,
9-year-old gonna choose up on
prove me wrong. Prove to me that Aisha did not choose Muhammad, alayhi salam.
Marcus? You is okay. Hey,
Prove
look,
to prove
okay,
that to me
hey,
right
I'm
now.
gonna pull it. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. Tomorrow, I'm gonna get in my bag and show
Okay.
you. I'm gonna get in my bag and show you a source, and also that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna get in my bag, show you a source, tag you in it on Facebook. But I also interviewed my Muslim brother, and he told me how the shit go down in his countries. So when you saying
A in Saudi Arabia or A in India, that's how they live. You gotta understand that this shit is going on till this day
I
because
know it goes on in India. I know it goes on in India and maybe some parts of Saudi Arabia. But I'm talking about Islamic law. According to the Quran, according to Hadith, women choose their husbands.
brother, and you
That's Islamic law.
and I'm telling you right now, if you think that's how it's going on in those other countries,
I
you
don't
are
think I know. I study Islam, bro. I'm telling you, that's the way it
Marcus.
goes down.
Marcus, I understand. Now look, you keep saying according to Islamic law, and I hear you. Like I'm not trying to. I don't want to feel like I'm not understanding that point. When you say according to Islamic law, this is supposed to go down. I hear you 100%. What I'm telling you is, in those other countries, brother, the parents are marrying the kids. Ain't no such thing as a 9-year-old girl about to go find her husband. Marcus, I'm sorry, but you gotta use common sense a little bit. Just like how you can say the Bible is not 100%, you gotta use common sense and say this Quran is flawed for even having this kind of activity. You feel me?
You know what else they do in these so-called Islamic country? They don't allow women to drive. They don't. They don't. Matter of fact, some terrorists just blew up a school full of girls because they don't believe girls should have educations, even though in the Quran it says give them a good education, speaking specifically about women. And you got so-called Muslims who don't believe girls should have an education, and they blew up an entire school full of girls. So you cannot blame that on Islam, bro. You gotta blame those terrorists, bro. You can't blame all this crap on Islam unless you pick up the Quran and you study and you read it and you understand it for yourself. You can't blame all of this crap in these countries that they doing on Islam, bro. You can't do that. You gotta actually pick up the book and read it for yourself and get an understanding. That's what I've
Right,
done.
right. We was just speaking on specifically marriage, right?
Right.
So I'm not. I ain't talking about no terrorist groups. I ain't talking about 9/11. I ain't talking about ISIS. I'm speaking on specifically marriage. We can specifically say now. I mean, I'm gonna get the source tomorrow, but It's crazy that you making me do this. To think that a 7-year-old, 9-year-old Aisha chose up on a grown ass man, it's crazy that you would think that he didn't, him with all of his power, seen a kid, a 9-year-old kid, and this 9-year-old kid say, "Hey, you're my husband." He got all
Look,
this
brother,
goddamn
I
power. He got
understand
body
what you're saying.
listening
I
to
under,
him.
I understand what you're saying, 100%. But I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is today, that's not normal, bro. And I agree with you. It's not normal today. 1400 years ago, it was the norm amongst those people. That's the way they got down amongst the Arabs, amongst the Jews, amongst many nations, bro. Even in America, bro. If you go back and you do your history, your research of American history, back in the 60s, 50s, young women was getting married at 12, 13 years old, bro. You have had different laws over different periods of time. Today's world, 2023, Joker, you got to be 18. That ain't always been the case.
I got you. Hey
This is a
Marcus,
new thing.
Marcus. Let's stay in one room. Let's stay in one room. I don't wanna go off ship. Let's stay in one room. We speaking on Islamic law. We speaking on a kid choosing her husband. Let's stay there. You feel me? I don't want to go too far. So when I said 9-year-old Aisha chose up on 50-something-year-old Prophet Muhammad or 40-year-old late 40-year-old Prophet Muhammad, what I'm saying is, brother, is Islam is still going on to this day in these other countries. What you're saying that the Quran is saying as far as a woman choosing a husband, especially being under 10 years old, what I'm telling you is, brother, a woman can't even, a kid, let alone woman or man, they can't even think for themselves like that. That's why I'm telling you, the parents.
Today they cannot. Today they cannot. I'm telling you, 1400 years ago, at
Brother.
10,
I'm
11,
saying
12
the
years old,
parent.
they own their
This
own property. They own their own property at 9, 10 years old, bro.
brother, no,
You
they
gotta
brother,
do
no,
some
they,
research.
brother. I disagree. You got to show me that. Show me that. Pull
I
it up.
would. I mean,
Pull
I
it up.
didn't bring
Tag
no
me that
no.
on Facebook tomorrow.
Okay, we'll come back to it. We'll
All
come back
right.
to it.
So look. What I'm saying is, parents are doing this dirty work. Parents are leaking bloodlines. Parents are making sure bloodlines never die. You saying that 9-year-old and 10-year-old and young teenage girls are picking their husband? I'm telling you, broski, that's not true. The parents are
1400
doing
years
that,
ago.
or an
Not today. Not today.
old ass man like Prophet Muhammad gonna go to a little elementary school and see a young one that he like and
No, stop.
keep it
No,
real.
no, 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 no. Not today, bro. I'm saying 1400 years ago, that was the norm. Today, that's not normal, bro. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's normal today. No, I wouldn't marry my 9-year old. I wouldn't marry a 9-year old. That's not what I would do. That's not
I
what
know,
you would
I
do.
agree. I know you
Any
understand that,
person today,
but can we?
to us
Can I want
today,
you to,
that is not the norm, bro.
I got you,
And
but
I'm
I want
not
you
I'm
to
not
understand what
advocating that shit. I'm saying 1400 years ago in that society at that
Marcus,
time,
Marcus,
that's what
Marcus,
they did.
Marcus.
That's
We
all
off
I'm
that.
saying.
We off that. We
All
off
right,
that. I
all
know you. I understand that. We off that. I know it's not the normal. Trust me. I got you. What I'm saying is you gotta understand that the parents is setting up these marriages. These not no goddamn kids marriage. These ain't so you think a 9-year-old kid gonna go up to her, hey mama, so I found my husband. This is where we're gonna get married. This is the color I want. No, the parents is doing this dirty work. And you can't even believe that because you don't want to believe that because it's in your
okay,
book, but
okay,
you don't wanna you
okay.
can't,
Well,
it's like
okay. Well, show me in the Quran where it says your parent is supposed to arrange your marriage.
no. That ain't what I said. What I
You
said
said it's in
was,
my book.
hold up, what's in the book is a woman. What's in the book is you can have multiple wives. What's in the book is you can have multiple wives. What's
That ain't
also
got nothing to do with parents arranging marriages,
hold
bro.
up, hold up. Listen to me, Mark. Listen to me. Because you always need a third party for something. You feel me? You buy your TV, but you also gotta buy Netflix. You buy your TV, but you also gotta buy Hulu. You buy your TV, but you also gotta buy Disney Plus. So what I'm saying is, with this situation, like I just said, a 9-year-old not about to go to her parents, hey mama, this is what color dress I want to wear for my birthday, for my wedding. My bad. Once in the Quran, it speak from your law, from Islamic law, a woman can get dirty, can get married when she hit her first puberty, when she go through her first menstrual cycle, when she start bleeding the
But see,
first
no,
time.
wait. It's not that simple though, bro. It's not. It's not like, okay, my daughter got puberty today. She's ready for marriage today. No, it's not like that. It's like puberty is like first. And then like you then have to be physically and mentally prepared for marriage. It's like not an age
Brother, you
limit.
telling me Aisha was 9 years old, mentally prepared to marry a nigga with 11 wives already?
In that day, yes.
Brother, come on. See, this is why I don't like religion, bro. This is why I don't like religion, bro.
This ain't got nothing to do with religion. This was
Yes, it do.
Arabic
You fucking
custom.
brainwashed.
No, this ain't got this don't have nothing to do with the religion. This is was the custom of the Arabs back then. This is not nothing to do. If you ask any
This is
Muslim today,
custom with the
listen,
Arabs
listen,
right now,
listen,
too.
listen. If you ask any Muslim today, hey man, you want to marry a 9-year old? He might kick you in your ass, bro. like, like, dude, why you asking me some crap? No, this is 2023. Why would you ask me something like that? This is not this is not a part of the religion. This is a part of their customs back then amongst the Arabs. That's what I'm saying. But today, no, that's not the thing. That's not what Muslims do
Okay,
today.
so check me out. Check me out. Your daughter turned 8 years old. She hit a period.
After that, she goes to the third grade, or in those times, whatever that was, that level of education was. Now she's writing in cursive. You say, you know what, baby? Yeah, it's time for you to get married. Marcus, you gotta hear how you sound, brother. A
No,
9-year-old
you're
kid
not listening to me.
cannot think for themselves.
Today, no, I will not do that, bro. I wouldn't do that. Nobody today in the Muslim world or anybody, the Christians, the Jews, nobody would do that today. What I'm saying is that was a custom of those people at that time, a long time ago, bro. That was the norm for them. That's not the norm today. And
Marcus, Marcus, you gotta
what you doing is
Marcus,
comparing
I hear you.
today's
I got you.
normal and you judging yesterday's people 1400 years ago according to today's standards, bro.
Marcus,
That's what you're
Marcus.
doing.
This where I'm at. This where I'm at right now. This where I'm at. A woman being 9 years old and you trying to get me to understand or trying to break the story down in a way that she knew what she was doing. She knew she was gonna be the 12th wife. She was 9 years old. She knew for the rest of her life she was gonna be this nigga wife. You telling me at 9 years old she could think for herself like that? And I'm telling you, bro, that's misunderstood. The nine
Prove
times
it.
out of 10, the
Prove it.
parents is doing this.
Prove it.
The 9 times out of 10, hold
I'm
on.
telling you,
9 times
I
out of
study this
10,
thing.
daddy owe
Back
money.
in those days, young children owned their own properties. Young boys was joining the military at 14.
Hold up. Aisha was 9. We're not 14. Stop, brother. Slow
No,
down.
I'm just saying.
Slow
Young
down.
boys, I've read a hadith where a young boy came to the prophet, wanted to join the military. He was 14 and he joined the military.
That
He
was
was in the
that
military
was
at
one that
14,
was
bro.
one hadith. You got one Bible verse where a man got out of a well. You think everybody else jumping out of what?
Man, this
A man was in the belly. You think
I'm just
everybody else getting
no,
out the belly because one
my
verse?
point, no, my point
Hey, Mark,
is
let me let me say this
people
real quick,
were
Mark. Let me say this real quick. Didn't you say and we've been live, everything is on record. Didn't you say earlier that Muhammad got one of his wives from one of his best friends' daughters?
Aisha. The closest companion to the prophet was Abu Bakr, and Aisha was his daughter.
Okay, so remember how I just and ding 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 ding, I just said that the parents set up marriages, and you trying to make it seem like Aisha chose up on Prophet Muhammad, and I'm
She
telling your
did.
ass,
She did. They didn't. She was
prove
not
it,
forced.
prove it. Show me the love letter.
Bro,
Prove
as
it.
you,
Show me the selfie.
bro, I'm sitting outside right now. I'm sitting outside, as
Hey,
you can
you know I'm
see.
fucking with you. You know I'm fucking with you.
I'm sitting outside. I don't have no
You know
books
you
on
out
me.
of
I don't.
line though.
All right.
I'm here to sharpen your iron and let you know that Marcus, I I agree, and everybody agree with you that now those is not the same. You can't do that shit now. We all agree with you. You feel me?
Right.
I hear you, my brother. What I'm trying to get you to understand is a 9-year-old can't think for herself. A 9-year-old is can't set up her own marriage and go to her
Today,
daddy. Hey, daddy, this is my husband. Set up the
today,
marriage. He gonna buy me a ring. Do all of this. No, these
in
old
today's
ass
world,
men
you're right.
is going finding the pick of the litter. How we pick these pit bulls out. We want the blue nose. We want the red nose. We want the green nose. We want the pink nose. I want a Dalmatian pit bull. I want the
Uh,
all types of.
oh man, this dude
Hey, keep
crazy,
it
man.
100 though, Marcus. Keep it 100. You telling me the
Hey,
daddy
look.
ain't talking to Muhammad?
Hey, look. I tell you what.
Elijah, Aisha daddy?
I tell you what. You do your research. You get your proof, your evidence. I'm gonna do my research, get my proof, my evidence, and we'll come back and we'll talk about this another time. How about
If you
that?
show me where a 9-year-old chose up on Prophet Muhammad, my brother. I'm gonna have to check the sources. I'm gonna get that shit peer reviewed, and we gonna go from there. Marcus, you out of line for that. But let's get back to what we was at before we had went there. We was at Elijah Muhammad. Okay, let me ask you this. Prophet Muhammad, his sister's boyfriend, his sister baby daddy, they all lived in the same cave, right?
I don't know about that.
Okay, so Prophet Muhammad's sister nigga, he was a Christian. He believed in the
No,
God of that
no,
time, correct?
no. The Prophet Muhammad's wife, first wife, Fatima, I think that was her name, Fatima. Her uncle was a Christian.
There you go, my brother. My bad. I said sister. Okay, wife's uncle was the Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is before Islam. This is before he started getting these
Revelation.
hears from God. This is before all of this shit. Christianity was already here.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm asking you is, Christianity was already here. They movie characters was already here. They cartoon characters was already here. Then you telling me Prophet Muhammad started getting these words from God that's telling him about these same movie characters and cartoon characters, or Prophet Muhammad seen the movie characters and cartoon characters with his own eyes without God telling him anything about it, and God just told him about Jesus? Which one?
Well, there wasn't no movies and cartoons happening back then, but
Come on,
so
bro. The disciples, Jonathan, Moses, Jacob, Abraham, Lenny, Malcolm, DMX, Bobby Brown.
no. The prophet had a uncle. Well, his wife's uncle was a Christian. Uh, but once he received his first revelation in the cave, and he came back. He told his wife about it. She told it to the uncle, and the uncle said to Muhammad, "This is according to the Hadith that basically, in so many words, that God was talking to him, and then the uncle died like a month after that, and then the prophet received revelation continually for the next 23 years. So, what's your point?
Okay, so what I was gonna get to um, is it so? I remember talking to you last year, and you ain't fuck with no hadiths. So is it safe to say now that some hadiths got married?
Yeah,
Okay, so with the so is it true? Could it possibly be true that this goddamn Prophet Muhammad's baby mama uncle, baby mama big brother, helped him, shaped Islam before he died, giving him, because I heard that he would tell shit to the uncle, and the uncle would be like, nah, sound a little bit something like this. Or maybe that'll work. Cause I heard the uncle wasn't like, nah, nigga, you tripping. The uncle was more so like, that's what you gonna do? I bet. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. This what I got. Not trying to persuade him, not trying, you feel me?
yeah. I think you got that from Wikipedia. But according to Wikipedia is not a good source of information.
Okay.
But I know for a fact that after the Prophet alayhi salam received his first revelation, the uncle died a month later. So you cannot say that. I'm not saying you saying this, but a lot of people who hate Islam try to say copycatted something from this and that. But you can't say he copycatted from the uncle because the uncle died a month later, and the revelation he continued to receive revelation for the next 20 something years, bro.
Right. I didn't say that the uncle stopped him from talking to God, or the uncle stopped him from getting dreams, having dreams. I said that is it possible that the uncle gave him some sauce on his own religion?
No, the Christian faith and the Muslim faith, they're not totally different, but uh to be honest with you, I don't know what. Well, I know that in those days, yeah, you had Christians who believed in the Trinity, Christians who believed that Jesus was God. Um, but the Prophet Muhammad, from the revelation that he received, in the Holy Quran, it says, "Those who disbelieve say that Allah is the third of the three, and your Lord is one God." And so, you have verses in the Quran where it says that um, people say that Allah has taken to himself a son. These are what Christians believe, that God has a son, or God is a Trinity, and stuff like that. But that's not what we Muslims believe. We believe that the creator of all things is one God. He has no son, he has no daughter, he has no partners, no associates, no rivals, and no equals. God is one. So I don't know. I don't know what you're getting at.
All right, so let me ask you this, brother. Is it true that Prophet Muhammad killed all the dogs in the town because God wasn't giving him no more dreams?
Why would he kill the dogs because of that? What
It
the
was said
dogs got to
it
do?
was said that his baby mama, one of the family members, brought a dog into the cave, and once the dog came into the household, he stopped getting dreams from God. He ended up killing the dog, and stopped, still wasn't getting no dreams. So he killed every dog in the town. Then he started getting dreams again. Is it true that Allah is the true dog catcher? Now I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you, Mark. But did you hear anything about this dog,
Bro, I
this
don't know nothing.
this village
I don't know
wide
nothing
dog
about the
massacre?
dogs. You gonna have to show me that one, man. I don't know nothing about the dogs.
Hey, I definitely could prove. I definitely could show that. It's in the hadith though. It's in the hadith. That's why I said you told me last year you ain't fuck with the hadith when I was trying to bring this stuff up. But it's that dog story definitely in the hadith.
Okay. I don't know nothing about the prophet killing dogs because Allah
Does the
told him to kill
Quran
all the
mention anything
dogs.
about dogs?
Huh?
Does the Quran mention anything about dogs?
There's a mention about there's a story called the Seven Sleepers about these guys who Allah, I mean, they fell asleep in a cave and their dog was with them. Other than that, no. Well, you have a verse, uh, not like that. It's like the word dog is mentioned, but not like that.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you this: since we both know that Muhammad was illiterate, is it safe to say that he dreamed a religion and made it to be what it is right now?
No, I believe that Muhammad, an angel, visited the Prophet Muhammad, and the revelation that he received, what we call today the Quran, the angel revealed this Quran to the Prophet Muhammad. He didn't dream no dream. This was real life. This is what happened.
All right. So another question I got for you, brother. Another question I got for you. What does the the Quran verse chapter 3, the Quran chapter 3 verse 54? I know you ain't got your Quran with you right now. We in 2023. Don't nobody carry their holy book anymore. So in the Quran verse chapter 3 verse 54, it says that it says that Allah is the greatest of schemers and deceivers. Does your Quran say that, or you think I just made that up?
No, the verse that you talk about says that Allah, it says the Jews planned and Allah also planned, and Allah is the best of planners.
Like, what the fuck? Marcus, you is wow. I just paraphrased the goddamn Quran verse, and you said it, but then you kind of contradicted yourself from early. See, that's why I be see that Marcus.
Hold on, you
God
say
damn,
hold
Marcus,
on, wait a minute,
Marcus.
wait. You said 354, right?
354, correct. Nah, Marcus, you said the right thing. You said the exact right thing. Say it one more time for me.
It says the Jews. Well, if we're talking about the same verse, it
Right.
says the Jews planned and Allah also planned, and Allah is the best of planners.
Okay,
But let me
and I
see.
said
We
the
might be
verse
talking about
said,
a
and
different
I
thing.
said
Hold
the
on.
verse. What'd you say?
I say I don't know if we talking about the same verse. Let me check.
Now we talking about the same verse. Look, I paraphrased it. I said Allah is the greatest of schemers and deceivers.
Oh yeah, I'm right. It says Allah is the best of planners.
Right.
The
So
Arabic
so
word,
it's got
the
different
Arabic
interpretations.
word
We
there,
got the same meaning, correct?
the Arabic word there is makar. Makr is the transliteration. Makar. It means to plan, to secretly plan. The Jews, I think, in that verse, they were plotting against Jesus. They were planning, secretly planning evil against the Messiah, and Allah planned against the Jews. He planned good for
Oh,
Jesus.
okay, so Marcus, is it safe to say that we're talking about the same thing? We just got different interpretations.
No, I'm telling you the interpretation of the scholars of Islam. Allah is the best of planners. Right? You want me to read it? You want me to read this interpretation by Ibn Kathir?
Don't redo interpretation. Let me say this real quick, and I'm gonna show you why we agree with each other. Let me say this one more time. Quran chapter 3, verse 54. Allah is the greatest of schemers and deceivers. Okay, now check me out. You said that the Jews tried to plan and Allah was a great planner. Can we, Marcus, can we both agree that scheme and plan is the same exact word? Has the
Not
same
really.
meaning?
Not really, because we looking at it from an English perspective, but when you look at it from Arabic, that's a different language. This is why when I read the Quran, I study the tafsir too, because the scholars can explain it best. And the best way to understand the Quran is to read it in Arabic. I don't speak Arabic, but when I read the Quran, I look at the Arabic. I mean, I look at the tafsirs of the scholars who do speak Arabic, and they put these. That's how I know the word there is makr, and
So scheming and planning is not the same meaning. Don't
no,
have the
well,
same meaning.
it kind of is, but kind of not. It's like the word makr means to secretly plan,
That's
and
a scheme. That's a
it can
scheme.
be right. It can be used in an evil sense, and it can be used in a good sense. In the case of Allah, it can only be used in a good way. As far as the Jews concerned, it was used in an evil way because they were plotting. I think, if I'm correct, this verse, I think they were plotting. I think this particular passage is talking about Jesus and the Jews, how they planned evil against the Messiah, and the Allah planned good for the Messiah, and he saved the Messiah from the evil plans of the Jews.
Okay, so my verse and your verse, they both got the same meaning, correct?
You want me to read the tafsir? I'll get the tafsir.
Nah, 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 nah. I want to ask you,
Oh,
why is
oh,
the Quran
oh,
dissing the Jews? Because you
oh.
told me earlier your book don't talk about killing nobody. Your book
Let
is
me read
not
this. Let me read this. This
okay.
is Tafsir ibn Kathir. This is a famous scholar of the Quran. It says, and they plotted, and Allah planned too, and Allah is the best of those who plot. Allah states that the children of Israel tried to kill Isa by conspiring to defame him and crucify him. They complained about him to the king, who was a disbeliever. They claimed that Ether was a man who misguided people, discouraged them from obeying the king, caused division, and separated between man and his own people, his own son. They also said other lies about Isa or Jesus, which they will carry on their necks, including accusing him of being an illegitimate son. It's a long thing. I ain't gonna read it
Okay,
all,
so okay,
but
Marcus. So go back to I think it was the you said they plotted. Go back to where it say the Jews plotted. And what did it say at the end of that?
it
And
says
God is the
Allah
best.
states
What?
that the children of Israel. Oh, wait, no, it says and they plotted, and Allah planned too, and Allah is the best of those who plot.
Okay,
And
okay.
this,
You said Allah is the best of those to plot.
hmm
That's what it said.
yeah,
So can we say plotting and scheming is the same thing, Marcus?
yeah, but you can't say deceive.
Huh?
You can't say deceive. He didn't deceive.
Okay, let me go back to my verse.
Plan and plot means the same thing, but deceive to say he deceived, no, that's something different.
So he didn't deceive the Jews.
Mm-mm. They deceived themselves.
What the Marcus? You is out of line, brother. You
They
out of
deceived
line.
themselves.
What'd you say?
They deceived themselves.
Yeah, you out of line. You gonna say it again like I did. Hey, hey, check me out, Marcus. Check me out. So, is it true? Because I asked you this question earlier, and you told me your book don't say none of this. Your book ain't got nothing to do with none of this. So you just, I was trying to get to one point, and then you gave me the full fledged Quran text, and it's dissing the Jews. And I asked you earlier about the stuff that's going on with the people from overseas getting violent because of their Allah. And you told me the Quran don't speak of nothing like that. But you just mentioned that Allah beefed up with the Jews and he had to save Jesus from the Jews. So what I'm trying to understand is don't lie to me and tell me that the Quran don't say the Jews again. Keep it 1,000 and tell me who is Allah dissing in this Quran besides
No,
the Jews? Or is it more mentioning of killing Jews?
no. In this verse, it's not talking about killing Jews. It's not talking about none of that. It's talking about how the Jews planned against the Messiah and Allah saved the Messiah. Period. That's it. It's not. He's not dissing the Jews.
So is there another verse? And Marcus, man, Marcus, I don't want to have to get in my bag, man. I don't want to have to get in my bag. Is there another verse in the Quran talking ill about the Jews or saying what I mean by dissing the Jews is you on their side, so you looking at it like, oh no, it's all honorable, it's all justified, it's all sanctified. Me as a non-believer in none of this bullshit, I'm looking at it like these niggas beefing and using God as a crutch. So what I'm trying to understand is it another verse in the Quran talking about another sect of people, whether it's Sumerians, whether it's the Egyptians or the Jews?
Yeah, well, during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, there were you had the Beni Nadir, you had the Beni Qurayza, you had different tribes of Jews who were living amongst the Muslims in Medina who were plotting against the Prophet. You know what I'm saying? So you have verses in the Quran that speaks of those particular Jews, but as far as Jews as a whole, no, the Quran does not diss Jews as a whole. It's just talking about those particular Jews during that time period
Okay.
who were plotting against the life of the prophet.
Okay. Is there any racist verses in the Quran, brother?
Read 49:13, chapter 49:13.
Okay.
And I gotta go to work tomorrow, brother, so I can't stay up too late.
All right. So just read it for me real quick. I got two more questions after this.
Uh, let me get it.
I appreciate you, brother, for your time. We is approaching 2 hours.
It's all good, baby. It's fun and games.
I'm gonna try to get all my questions in. Know what I'm saying? You got the timing on top of you.
It's 11:22 right now.
You see where it say an hour 46 minutes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, we're gonna try to stop at 1:55.
Okay.
All right. So
This
what's
is
the verse that you? What the verse
this is
talking about?
this is chapter 49, verse 13. It says, O mankind, indeed we have created you from male and female, and made you peoples and tribes that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah is knowing and aware. So, no, this verse proves that Islam is not a racist religion. It's not about race. It has nothing to do with race. The most noble of man in the eyes of Allah or God Almighty is the most righteous, bro. Those who fear God most. It ain't got nothing to do with race, bro.
Okay, so let me ask you this: is there people in the Quran that praise another God that in the Quran is saying those are the bad guys?
Yes, the mostly the pagan Arabs. You have verses about how the Jews they worship the golden calf. The Arabs they used to associate daughters to God. The Christians associate a son to God, and they worship the son. The Arabs used to worship the daughters of God. You have different societies throughout history who used to worship or set up partners with God. They would say God has a daughter or a son or a wife or all this stuff, and these people were called pagans. You know what I'm saying? Um, Christians and Jews are not infidels. They believe in the same God as the Muslims. We call him Allah. The Christians call him the Father. The Jews call him Hashem. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about the same creator. The difference between the Muslim and the Christian is the Christian says that Allah has a son, and his son is divine, and his son is worthy of worship along with him. And that's what separates us. But as far as like a hatred between the religions, no, there's no hatred. It's just a difference in opinion.
Okay, so is there a scripture, a text, a verse in the Quran where it says, basically, I'm paraphrasing, I'm paraphrasing, but the meaning of this scripture, the meaning of this verse is saying, watch them, look out for them. Know what I'm saying? They are not your brother.
Who? Which verse?
No, I'm asking.
I don't know which verse you're talking about.
So it's not there's no verse in the Quran where it's saying that white man is not your brother. That white man, look out, don't turn your back on them, and not don't turn your back, but not how we take it, but don't turn your back as in always watch out for them.
The white man is not mentioned in the Quran.
When I say the white man, brother, you can associate that with I guess a damn how y'all say. I don't know what words y'all using, but you said pagan. With any of those pagan religions, does the Quran, does Allah tell you to treat them like how we treat the white man?
No, a pagan religion is just a pagan religion. It don't have nothing to do with nationality or race. A pagan is just a pagan. You know, if you worship a false idol, you just a false idol worshiper. Whether you black, white, Mexican, Japanese, it don't matter. Like there's no verse in the Quran that points out a single race of people as being evil or anything. You might have the Quran uh, confused with the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in the Bible you might find something like that, but in the Quran, no, it don't point out a single race of people and say these people are bad.
Okay, so so the Quran don't say nothing bad about the Jews. It don't say nothing about look out for them. It don't say nothing about these are not your brothers.
It talks about the Jews of that time, the Jews that were living amongst the Prophet Muhammad, and
Marcus, Marcus. So I just asked two of the same questions, but I put instead of white person, I said Jews this time. So I'm asking, does the Quran say don't watch your back for these people? Um, these are not your brothers as far as the Jews. Period. Not of this time. I'm talking about period.
it's not speaking about all Jews. Period. It's speaking about when it mentions the Jews, it's talking about the Jews of that day that were plotting against the life of the Prophet Muhammad. And I can show you tafsir from scholars of the Quran that say the same thing. Now, if you can find a tafsir that's saying something different than other than what I'm saying, then okay, we can take that into consideration. But I'm pretty sure you can't. All of, you cannot find a tafsir from a scholar of the Quran that says when the Quran is talking about Jews in a bad way, like saying that they're plotting evil or whatever. You can't show me a tafsir that said it's talking about all Jews forever and ever. No, it's talking about those particular Jews, and from the tafsirs that I've read, I can tell you the particular tribes of the Jews. It was the Beni Kaniza, the Beni Nazir, the Beni Kareza, the Beni. It's like four tribes that were living amongst the Muslims during the time of the Prophet
Okay, so
Muhammad.
one thing I kind of caught that you said, we're gonna bring this to our conversation. We talk next time. You said that the Jews were attacking. You said the Jews were attacking Muhammad or were trying to attack Muhammad. I want to get back to that. Now, I want to get back to that next time we talk. Now, my next question is: does the Quran talk about Africa?
Not no, not that I know of. It doesn't talk about any specific. I mean, what about Africa? What about it?
You say what about Africa,
Yeah, what about it? Like, why would the Quran speak about Africa?
brother? You African.
No, I'm saying, like, why would the book speak of Africa in particular? This is a
Okay,
Africa is a landmass,
say it again.
right? Africa is a landmass, right?
Right.
Right. So the book is not about a particular landmass. It's about mankind repenting and returning back to the God who created them and receiving salvation from the God who created them. This is not
I thought.
about any particular
Hold up, brother.
landmass. Go ahead.
Hold up, brother. I thought you said that Prophet Muhammad was Saudi Arabian.
He was Arab. He wasn't Saudi Arabian. I don't know if that was. I mean, I guess you can call him that. I guess.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
Prophet Muhammad was Arab and you African,
hmm
right? You
hmm
said so the Quran is not a historical book, but it tells you
who the hell Prophet Muhammad is or what he looked like, and it don't speak about Africa at all, you see a flaw there, or it don't matter.
No, in the Holy Quran, Allah says, "O mankind, serve your Lord who created you and those before you, so that you may become righteous." So this book is not only for the Arabs; it's for mankind to learn about the God who created them and to serve the God who created them and become righteous. That's what the book is about. It's not about history. You know, I mean, you have historical facts in there, but that's not the importance of the book. It's about serving your Lord who created you. Period.
Okay. Is it possible
Right.
that is it possible that you
I
think that
appreciate that, man.
Arabs came before Africans?
I don't think so.
Okay, I got
Is it possible that the Quran pushed that?
you too, man.
Push what?
That
Africans
Arabs
coming.
came before Africans. The Arab is the started civilization.
You got to show me that.
Yeah.
Because according to the Quran, they got the God, they got Allah, they got the chosen God.
Well, the Arabs didn't have them first. Remember, at the beginning of the conversation, we talked about how the Jews had it. Before the Jews, Abraham had it. Before Abraham, Noah had the God. Before Noah, Adam had the God. So it's like, no, bro. I think you got the wrong understanding.
Hold up. So are you saying that Prophet Muhammad's baby mama brother, you just said that he was worshiping a pagan Christian?
I don't know who. No, I'm talking. I was talking about the uncle of the prophet's wife, uncle. He.
I'm
I didn't
sorry.
say. I don't
I
know.
said
I don't
baby
know.
mama.
I know he was a Christian, but I mean, I think we all know that different Christians worship. Some worship Jesus. Some worship the
Right.
Father. Some worship
That's true.
Allah. I don't know, but
Okay, let me say this real quick. According to your definition, Prophet Muhammad's baby mama's brother had the right message.
I don't know what message he had. I just know that the brother was a Christian. That's all I know. And like I said, you've had different types of Christians with different beliefs. I don't know what his was. I just know that he was a Christian, and he died a month after the Prophet.
So Marcus, if us as Africans, if we started civilization, why the hell we listen to a Saudi Arabian with their own God? We
No,
African. We was here first.
I believe Africans worshipped Allah too before the Prophet Muhammad. That's for sure, for sure.
Hey Marcus, man, appreciate you for the time, bro. We gotta get into this again.
Hey, we gotta do this again, man.
We got a lot more to talk about.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we gotta do this again. This was fun.
What'd you say?
I said we gotta do this again. This was fun.
Most definitely, man. We're gonna get it in again, man. Appreciate you for everything, bro. You have a good night.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, boss.